everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series. You join me back over here on the mushroom biome, where we have been doing a lot of work recently. As you can see behind me, the fountain has even begun to change to the green copper up there, and we've stayed with the waxed down there like it's supposed to be. And if we move down, down, down into our underground area, you can see that a lot of AFKing has brought this to a mostly green state, as we can see just by walking around down here. And I believe maybe everything might have fully turned now, which is great. And I have started to put signs down here as well. You can see we've got these item frames, which we'll be putting the items in those chests in. And I have also begun to lay out where we are going to put a sort of sunk-in crafting and station area. So all of the different stations will be in here to use. And that is actually why this space is designed oblong. It's not quite a perfect square. It's a little bit bigger on this side to accommodate a couple of extra things that are going to go over here in the future. But today, our plan is going to be to continue with what we have been doing and work on the next phase of this project, which is a multi-item sorter. Now, let me just see if I have some blocks. I don't. I just need some stone to fill in. Why am I flying out of here? To fill in those holes so that we can talk about what our multi-item sorter is going to look like. So our multi-item sorter is basically a very, very complex redstone machine that allows us to put in to a filter the blocks we want to go into it, and other than that, it does nothing. The items that we feed into the system, starting here, will come up over here in a dropper elevator that comes up this hole, and they will be deposited into the start of the system, and they will pass through each individual module in a sort of weaving fashion. And if that module accepts that item, it'll drop into the chest, and if it doesn't, it will keep going, and it will make it all the way through this side, and then they will run across the top of this first bulk item storage module. If it's in any of these, it will be picked up. If not, it will go to the second multi-item storage system, which will go and weave. And if it's not in there, it will go to our second bank of bulk item storage. And if it's not in any of these, if it is a non-stackable item like a pickaxe or armor or something like that, a shulker box, it will come into this chest. And if it doesn't fit in any other parameters, it will come into this chest, and we will sort it out into one of the multi-item sorters. The idea is to eventually have it so that nothing comes into this chest down here. But that is going to take quite some time because there are many, many hundreds and hundreds of items in this game now. But there is the capability with this system, with these multi-item sorters, to sort every single item in Minecraft based on the math. So that we should be able to do. Now, today, I want to start by building up these systems and maybe getting to them to the point where they're working today, but the filtering takes a long time. So I'm hoping to get the redstone done, and then we might have to have a mass effort to sort actual items in the next episode, because the amount of filters that have to go into each of these systems is crazy. These ones aren't too bad. These ones we just have to fill with something like 50 items. But these ones, an entire double chest has to be filled with filter items, and then a hopper has to be filled with almost 3 stacks of filter items. So it's refilling your inventory constantly to get that done. And we can't put any of the decoration until that's done, and we have to check that it's working. And because if it isn't working, all of the items pass through itself, and they'll end up jamming up the rest of the system. So it is a very complex piece of redstone that we are going to put together here. And when I have built up this little system, I will show you how it works, and I will show you where this system actually came from. I did not design this. This is from somebody else, so I will show you that as well. But I am ready to start building up this system. As much as it scares me, I'm going to probably start with one side and then check in, show you a little bit how it works, and then possibly build up the second side depending on how long this takes. I have no idea. It could be an hour, it could be 10. So here we go. We're going to start. Of course, we're going to do it in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So for our multi-item sorter, let's get it going. Okay, so we now have the first side of the system built up. That took a very, very long time. But now we can start to talk a little bit how it works and about how we go about adding the filters. So, like I said before, there's actually two separate systems for filtering and blocking. So I've gone ahead and renamed a bunch of items. Here they are. So these ones are renamed blocker. And then over here, I have renamed these ones filter. And we actually need a lot more of the filter than of the blocker. So let me just show you a little bit about how we do this. So we go up here, and I'm actually going to build, this is what I was talking about, having a pathway that goes across here. So just like, no, not like that. Can I break that yet? Like, oh, I hate shifting on scaffolding, like this. And then we should be able to, yeah, just, and it's going to be a designed pathway eventually. Anyway, and then this hopper right here is what we need to do the filter, and we need to put 64, 48, and 2. That is how we block that one, so that only one slot, and if you put an item in there, it'll just go through. That's the exact number that it needs. And then in this chest up here, this is actually how we do blockers. So it's like this all the way through. And then when we want to put an item in here, say we wanted this one to take cut copper, we would put 2 of it in there. And then if we pass through, I believe this would now actually work. It would get sent through this system, possibly, hopefully. Let's take a look. It didn't go there, so it should end up down here, and it did. So that's one of them filled up. So you can see why I said this takes a long time to filter. So we have to put all the blockers in here, fill the entire thing. And then we have to, oh, my pathway is a little bit high actually. Oh, but we can do that. So then 64, 48, and 2 for every single module. And then we just have to come along and add what we want into each chest. And that will also take a very long time. But I'll do that once I've brought over all of my items. I'm probably just going to dump them all out here in a shulker pile and start adding filters and then just start sending it through the system and seeing what misses. But obviously we have a big hole in the system at the moment. I also put the item elevator in over here that is going to shoot the items up, and this system that slows the items down into exactly hopper speed, so that we don't ever mess up the system. But yeah, I need to continue this along here, just across, and we'll keep watering and getting rid of it, being sure not to wreck any of my redstone because this took forever to build. And yeah, we will get all of this filtered up, and we will do the first full proper test of at least this half of the system. Okay, so I have finished putting in the filter items on this side, and I have done a little bit of decoration. I haven't done all of the decoration yet. All of this eventually is going to be filled in and decorated. You won't see a lot of this redstone. I just needed to leave it open so that we could get to the hoppers down here and everything, just to get the whole system working. And we are looking really, really good now. It is pretty much time to test this whole thing out. Now, everything is blocked, which means we should get only the cut copper in here, and then if everything else is working, I believe we should get... Yes, because this hopper is also working. Let's just make sure that we don't have any filters in here. No, so if everything's working in our multi-item sorter, cut copper blocks should go in the one over there, and anything else that I put in there should come over to here. So let's give this a test. Let's throw in 23 of those. We need to make sure not to throw in any of these items. Anyway, then let's throw in some campfires. And then let's throw in some... Let's throw in a non-stackable item. And then let's throw in some more cut copper. So all of the cut copper should come down to here. The first 23 and the second 11. So that should be 34, I believe. Yes. And we're hearing pulsing, which means it's going through as empty, and everything else should come down into this chest right here. There's our campfires coming in. And if our sword comes in, we are going to be happy. Oh, please don't tell me the sword got stuck. Oh, no. Oh, dear, oh, dear. That's not good. Where did the sword end up? Well, that's not good. Did we miss something here? That. It's not over here. Oh, this is just redstone from building. If it's in one of these, we have a problem. That's just from building. That's from building. It's not there. Oh dear, where is our sword? That could be very, very bad, unless it's stuck in a elevator somewhere. I'm gonna have to do some investigating to find out where this sword is if it hasn't made its way over to here. No, it hasn't. Alright, I am going to have to find it. I will be back. Okay, it turns out that we do not have a problem. It is just the nature of this system over here where one item always gets stuck in the hopper underneath. So after the filter is put in, one item will always go in here. So it wasn't a problem. Everything worked perfectly, which is fantastic. Let's just get rid of these so that we can walk through there as well. All right, so this system is now 100% operational, and we can throw the decoration on the front of this. So we're going to tie it into the rest of the room with the copper and everything. Obviously, this copper still needs to oxidize, and I'm going to put a little bit more copper on this, which will also still need to oxidize. This just shows you how long it took me to build that this copper is already oxidizing. Though it is faster when there's no other copper blocks next to it, I believe is how it works. So yeah, I'm going to grab the rest of the blocks that I need for the decoration, and we will get this looking a little bit nicer. And there we go. We have finished putting in the decoration in the back. We just need to knock this scaffolding out. And we have a little bit of brick in here as well, just tie it all together. The brick is really going to stand out once this copper has oxidized. And the brick is also where I am going to be placing my, once I find them, item frames for the blocks that are in the individual chests. Is it going to look better on the left or on the right? I guess we will find out, but just like that is how we are going to, I think the other side is going to be better, but we can fix that. That is how we're going to know what's in each of these. So just for example, this one might be, that went well. This one might be all copper blocks, all the different variants and everything, because we can have, well, double chests worth of different items that come into here. So 27, 54 different items that can get sorted into here. So right now the cut copper is coming in here, but it can be every single variant of copper and copper ingot, and we could even put like lightning rods and stuff. So that is kind of how that works. Let me just quickly jump over into the world that this came from and show you who made this. So this is the creative world where this originally came from. I'm going to put a link to this down in the description, but it is by somebody named Rapscallion, and this is a highly altered version even as well. This originally turned a corner and came out, and it went into overflow, and there was actually, this system is an overflow, so if any chests ever fill up, this one was if it's not in any of them, and I've eliminated that system because I want everything to go through the item towers. But that is where all of this comes from, and then I've added on some of my own stuff into it as well, the system that's going to unload shulker boxes and whatnot. And basically all it is an A and a B side, so that's why I have the yellow and the blue. This is basically module A, or slice 1, and you can stack them over as many times as you need and turn corners and whatnot. And then as you can see, it's sorted out like this. So woolen carpet, and you could go up here and you can see the double items just like that. So say we were to go down to here, this one is sorting out wood, oak logs, and I've also made it a bit taller than it was, so oak planks are also in there. So then if we just went over to here, pop some oak planks in, they get shot up this item elevator, they come into here, they go in, and basically it checks whether or not it is in this chest, and it immediately gets pulled out again. That is what this whole dropper system works here, and it goes through each module until it ends up here, and it is very fast. It is at hopper speed. So this is the design that I went with, and like I said, there is a link down in the description. Okay, and here we are back in the world. I am running out of time for today. We're definitely not going to be able to put up the second side of this just because of how long it takes to do the materials and everything for this, plus all of the sorting and iteming and everything. But I do want to do a little bit more of the decoration down in here, and hopefully some of these blocks will start shifting towards the better copper color. But I want to do a little bit of greenery around this central pillar to try and tie the green into the copper color. So I've got myself some of my oak leaves that I brought over, and I've also got myself some flowering azalea that I just went and silk touched using some bone meal. And I found something interesting. Oak leaves, or regular leaves, are not an axe tool. They break with an axe, and since I've got silk touch, I do get the leaf. But flowering azalea leaves, for some reason, not regular azalea leaves, just the flowering ones, are instant mine with an axe. And I'm not really sure why, but interesting to know. Anyway, I am going to do a little bit of freestyle decorating here just to try and blend this roof a little bit more and add a little bit more lighting around here as well, and we will see how that turns out. And there we go. I'm just putting some finishing touches on. Originally I was trying to keep it to like corners, but now I'm thinking that it is better if they do sort of connect all the way around like that. And on this side as well, if we can get something in there just like that. And I almost like it when they drop a little bit lower like that. Oh, that's quite nice. And maybe even another one there. It's just sort of freestyling it and seeing what works and what doesn't. I like the little, it's kind of droopy, and yes. Okay, and we've also added a bit more light with this as well, with the lanterns, and we've still got that mood in here. We've still got the darkness and the light, and the chests are quite well lit because of the sea lanterns that are all in behind, but the room itself has this underground feel to it that I've been going for with this space down here. So it is coming along very, very nicely. Anyway, we put up this amazing storage system today. I cannot wait to get this working and get all of our items sorted into here. It is going to be a monumental task bringing over all of those shulker boxes, but unfortunately that is all the time I have for this week. But I just want to thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you're watching these Let's Plays every week, what are you doing? Make sure you subscribe and like the video. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.